Welcome to the first edition of my series, which I titled Migrating to the United States, Useful Hints. My name is Paul. There has been so many misconceptions about traveling to the US with so many information out there. A good number of those information are not very true. And so my effort is to put out there simple, easy to follow tips and also information that can help any person wishing to travel to the United States, either for business, for school, for leisure, or any other purposes. And so my effort is to make sure that people can have first-hand information from my own personal experiences, because I have seen it all. I've had personal experiences, personal exposures, traveling from Nigeria to different parts of the world and presently in the United States. And so from my own point of view, I have personal experiences and at the same time academic experiences as well. I trained way back in Nigeria as a constitutional lawyer. I also studied in London, and when I got to the US, I also went to Brooklyn Law School. And so the immigration categories, as you well know, there are two main categories: immigrants and non-immigrant visas. And so I want to start off with the very simple and common known ones, which is, of course, the non-immigrant visas. And under the non-immigrant visas, you have different classifications. And very simply, I want to concentrate on the very popular ones. And if you need information, if you need to talk more on all of these categories, you feel free to drop your comments, or you can also reach out by sending me messages or emails, as the case may be. And so under the non-immigrant visas, you have B1 stroke B2. These are basically categories for individuals who want to travel to the US to do business, to visit, and also to do some transactions. Now, if you're coming for also a medical trip, you want to see a doctor for some reason, you also fall under this category. And it doesn't need you so much to apply for a B1 or a B2 visas. There has always been this impression by so many, thinking that for you to come to the US, you have to prove heaven, you have to prove hell, you have to carry all kinds of documents. No. Those things are from individuals who may not have had one-on-one experience like the way I have. And so if you don't go out with anything today, or if you don't have any other information from this video today, I want you to go home with what I'm going to say now, and which is, for you to come to the US, you don't need trailer load of documents, you don't need bank account flowing with billions of dollars or naira or whatever your currency might be. You have to have just simple reasons for wanting to travel. What do I mean by that? Once your interest is genuine, once you can afford to pay for that trip, and once you can prove that you have to leave after your visit, and now what that means is that you're able to convince the visa officers that, look, I have some money, I have a genuine interest, and you're willing to return. And now, let me now shock you by telling you that you don't need a brother who lives in the US to visit. You don't need a sister to write you a letter of invitation to visit. You don't need to know anyone before you can visit the United States. So if anybody has told you before now that you need one auntie, one brother, one sister, one aunt to come around or to visit the US, tell them today that you watched a video online that tells you those things are just bullocks. They are not correct. All you need is a genuine interest, ability to pay for the trip, and also ability to convince the officers or visa officers that you're able to go back to your country, meaning that you have a link, you have a job, you have something going on in your home country that will enable you to go back. That's all you need. You don't need a letter of introduction. You don't need a letter of invitation for you to come. You also don't need so much money for you to visit. It depends on how long you want the trip to last. It depends on the purpose. If it's medical, then you need much more information. If it's leisure, of course, you don't have to carry tons of money. And you don't need to have a brother or sister or a relative to visit. That is the truth of the matter. I can tell you 100%, you don't need to know anyone in the US to visit. And so, if you want to have more information, now you can contact me, you can send information via the internet, email, or DM me or whatever. I'm able to explain it and break it down to your level. It's open to brothers and sisters in Nigeria, other parts of Africa, and beyond, as the case may be. And so another category, apart from the B1, B2, is of course the student visa. That is also a very popular visa. That's a popular classification, where people want to travel to study, which is okay. You want some training, and you also want to pursue a professional career and stuff like that. Again, you have every right to seek to improve your academics or your professional calling or whatever you want. You have the right to travel out to seek enhanced training for you to become a better professional. Now, in that circumstance, you need a few documentations. And what do I mean by that? You must be sure that your credentials are correct, as in the country you are coming from, you have met the requirements for a simple diploma. Either you are already a professional or you want to get into a particular career. In that sense, what do you need? One, you need to get an admission in that particular school you're interested in. Two, you need a sponsor in your country, in which case your sponsor must be able to prove that the funds are there. And then if the funds are there, then you now know that you're able to execute your plan, come to the US, do your studies, and you also must have to prove that you're able to return back to your country after your studies. In some cases, the authorities might give you what they call authorization, work authorization, after you have finished. But first and foremost, you must be able to secure that admission. You must be able to have a sponsor that is able to pay for your school fees and stuff like that. Again, you can seek clarifications. You can send messages to me. I'm able to help. I'm able to get a school for you. We're able to discuss. But please, let not all these agents who are all over the place keep stealing your money, keep telling you false information, keep making it look like it's so difficult for you to come overseas and study, especially the United States. I have had experiences in so many ways, and I can assure you it is simple, it is easy, and it is doable. So I have just talked about two categories of non-immigrant visas, that is B1 and B2, and then I have touched very briefly on F1 visas, that is for student visas and all that, for students who wants to come to the United States to study. So I don't want this video to be too long. This is the first series, and I will be taking it bit by bit. In the next few days, I will still drop some more videos on different aspects of the non-immigrant visa application process and procedures. I want to encourage you out there, if you see this video, please like it, please share it, put some comments. But I know that as I go on, I will keep improving the quality and reach, and be able to reach out to everyone who is out there. So thank you for watching. Until I come your way again, my name is Paul. Thank you. Bye.